Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक ओटीटी के दाम पे सारे ओटीटी शान से।
Pakistan's bowlers imposed themselves on the Irish in their last outing at this World Cup, but Ireland's lower order bailed them out and spared them the blushes, taking Ireland from 32 for 6 in the 7th over to eventually batting out the 20 and finishing on 106 for 9 as we finally see some action in Florida. How good is that total? What can we make of it? Let's find out on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watcho, in the continued company of Urooj Mumtaz. Urooj, thank you for joining us again. An innings, and especially a back half, which is in a way a microcosm of Pakistan's campaign, if I may, where just not getting over the line. You would have thought this innings could have ended a lot earlier.
Yeah, you said at the start they were 32 for 5, 32 for 6 shortly after, and then it took a while for them to become 76 for 7, and then eventually for the Ireland to get over 100. This killer instinct, and I think it's probably slightly difficult to come and deliver that given the campaign Pakistan have had. But and they also did play Abbas Afridi today. It's not easy. He's also been on the bench. He didn't play the games against England as well, so he's been on the bench for a very long time along with Abrar. So you can cut him some slack. It wasn't purely down to him, but I think just they find some sort of happiness in the fact that even though that the tail wagged a bit between Dockrell, Delaney and Markaday towards the back end, I think 106 is still a subpar score, so Pakistan will be happy.
Yeah, it was a glass half empty outlook to look at just the back half of that innings, because Pakistan's bowlers, if they were told that you get to keep an opponent to about 100, they would have gladly taken that at the start of the day. So let's go into the new ball bowlers. Urooj, Shaheen, Afridi and Mohammad Amir, both of them really imposing themselves on the Irish with the new ball.
Yeah, we saw a phenomenal display of left-arm swing bowling and at pace as well. Shaheen picking up 2 wickets. There was all drama around which reviews to take. The ones that they did take got them wrong. The ones that they did not take was a nick behind the keeper. But all that drama and all that flair and Pakistan's quick bowling historically as well, even with the likes of Shaheen, Naseem, Haris and now Amir as well. So that was good to see because it set the game up. We spoke at the beginning of the game that it'll have to be Ireland making use of the power play. Our good friend Niall was on commentary when he said Ireland in the past year, their power play score has been 20 for 2 at an average. So that's what hurt them again. They lost those wickets and they couldn't capitalize on the first 6. But for Pakistan, see, the thing with Pakistan is the left arm quicks, both Amir and Shaheen, both rely heavily, especially Shaheen, on that late swing into the right-hander. Where he's been guilty of late is not adapting quickly onto surfaces which haven't provided that assistance with swing, and he's been too late to pull his length back and then hit that channel, hit the deck hard and hold the length. But today the conditions were definitely favourable, so they stuck to it. The catching was good. The bowling was good in terms of not allowing anything. Shadab got 1 over, so that was good to see as well. And Imad and I think Amir, in a journey that has been more down than up, will still have a final goodbye in terms of wickets, so they'll be happy with their last games.
Yeah, on an individual note, I was just going to come there. Mohammad Amir can look back. I mean, obviously a difficult campaign for Pakistan, but he finishes as their joint highest wicket taker of this World Cup. 7 wickets, economy under 5, and barring that super over against USA, he's honestly done a more than good job in all the games.
Yeah, his experience shone through. He delivered and executed as well. And I think he did mention at the game against India at the half when he was speaking to Ramiz that it took us a while to adapt. But then after I think that first ball that went for 4 against the India game, he was very quick to adapt to what the conditions were like and pull his length back and just consistently bang onto that length. But from a personal perspective, he'd be happy with what the stats might read in terms of wickets and how he might have done. But I think that that super over against USA won't let him rest easy for a while at least.
Just on the new ball, while Shaheen and Amir were spectacular and made best use of it, given that Abbas Afridi was featuring, do you think it was a missed opportunity not giving him some time with the new ball in conditions that would have only helped him?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think also it's a difficult one. It's where you want to win games and sort of deliver the killer blow in terms of the opposition from both ends and not allowing Ireland to any. Let's not forget, it's still a bit of a tricky surface. The ball is still picking on, some holding in the surface. So Pakistan, had this been 130, 140, the chase could have been difficult. So they're probably coming from there where they've gone for the Shaheen and Amir left arm swing experience. And especially once the swing was an offer, Abbas Afid is very Naseem Shah delivers his Yorkers towards the back end, but maybe a missed opportunity. But I don't think for Abbas Afridi it'll do any damage considering he's still fairly new into his career. For Pakistan, I think it was more important as to keep Ireland to as low to as many. So, and they would have probably thought that when Abbas did come into bowl was a really good time. He himself probably didn't hit his straps right, rather than Ireland hitting him out of the park. So he just couldn't really execute today.
The other name that obviously stands out in that bowling card is Imad Wasim, who finishes 3 for 8 in his 4 overs. And that also helps Pakistan avoid a dodgy stat, if I may call it, because coming into this game, 12 overs of spin hadn't got a single wicket for Pakistan. But Imad Wasim ensures there's something for the spinners to take back.
Which obviously assisted spinners we've seen in the middle over, especially spin dominate in terms of both economy and wickets in Florida. Especially that 7 to 15. Yes, Imad Wasim obviously in his career has made a living out of bowling with the new ball, but in this Pakistan team slightly different, but he did the job. And with the way he bowls his arm past the perpendicular and he still got the ball to grip and turn away from the right hander. He's always been very, very skillful. And most of the times he's always delivered with the ball as well. So he'd be happy to go out on those figures. And then again, keeping Ireland to 106 had to do with his 3 wickets as well.
Just one more moment I want to focus on, Urooj, before we call time on this show. For all the drama we've seen on the field, all the ebbs and flows, the one thing that was missing in this campaign was a peak moment in the field, and we saw that. Your thoughts on that catch for the 8th wicket?
It almost knocked one of their 2 own out. If you're referring to the one that Shaheen and Usman took each other out, I mean, you could see you can sense of frustration in Harsha Bogle's and Ramiz Raja's voice over the card, where you could almost see, because they were standing side by side. How can you catch players in your peripheral vision, so you sort of do something, say something, put some hand gestures out. Lucky it doesn't turn into more drama because Shaheen caught it, and he also got it because he's taller. So the ball came into his reverse cup before he took Usman out, and then Usman obviously slams his head. But in all of that, they held on to the catch. That's important.
Yeah, I doubt that will make an appearance when we look at the safe hands later on in the day, Urooj. But a good moment nonetheless. I can see that Pakistan have retained the opening composition we saw against Canada, Rizwan and Saim Ayub. How do you see them approaching the chase?
Yeah, I mean, Saim's up the order move was always to make use of the first 6. It was always to break up Babar and Rizwan, that opening combination, and provide impetus, waste deliveries. He's aggressive by nature and he'd always have that intent. The only thing will be on a tricky surface, if Ireland bowled good lengths, it'll be interesting to see how Saim copes with that, and whether he's able to execute his strong array of shots, which is off his hips or off the flick of his leg side, where he plays behind square on the leg side. So that'll be a shot that he might just have to hold on to with the new ball to get a measure of the surface first. But I like it. The combination, definitely. I probably would like to see Fakhr come in at 3 as well. Don't think that's enough.
You want to give me an over count? By when can we expect this game to end, or is that asking for too much?
Well, it probably past the 15th over. If it happens in the 15th over, that'll be a dynamic, aggressive chase, but I don't think it's going to happen before the 15th. Anything after the 15th would be a regular chase then.
All right, let's see how the game does last. Thank you, Urooj, for your company. We'll pick up the conversation once the Pakistan chase is over, and we will quickly dissect Pakistan and Ireland's campaigns. This is the last game in Group A, so be sure to join us then. Download the ESPNcricinfo mobile app. It'll have you covered through the chase with the fastest scores and a lot more, everything from the world of cricket. And we'll be back here as soon as Pakistan versus Ireland finishes, so be sure to join us then on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watch Show.
Introducing the Epic New Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
Watch